What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerdcastle for the next episode of Dead State. So I finished off all the zombies, we looted everything. Everything's going to be on Tweedletime over here, actually, so let's go find Tweedletime so you can see what we got. Basically, we got ourselves a named fire axe, so it's called Hack Job. Doesn't seem to be bad. I mean, it's got a decent bleeding chance. 45% on every swing is nothing to laugh at, but it does 45 to 60. Its damage amount just isn't enough for the amount of AP that it costs to actually swing the bastard. It does have a really high critical chance, like a 15% critical chance, so there's that, but still. And then everything else is just like loose assorted small arms and things like that. I actually really don't want that on my character. It's using up space that I could use on other stuff. Still, I don't really want the helmet either. It appears as though I actually clicked loot all on somebody. We've got a bunch of bullets, a lot of shotgun shells, so we should be pretty good for a little while. I'm happy with what we got out of that fight. On this side, we've got ourselves a locked door. And so now, instead of, here, stand on top of that Zed and then hit this door right now. Nope, hit it again. Stop being a, just go do that right there. You can do that. Stop being a punk ass. You can do, there we go. Smack down that door with that baton because we got scavenging to do. So we'll grab, I don't want the shoes, and I don't want the bat either, actually. Both of those suck. I want neither of those pieces of loot. What we're looking for right now is mostly commodities, because people have been unhappy up at the shelter, because we haven't brought in any commodities or any loot or anything else over the course of the last few episodes. Now, that's largely been because I've been trying to, like, bypass time and make sure that we're constantly, like, achieving something inside of the game. However, there it is, the personal bar. I wish that I had a personal bar. I guess I do. I have a pull-up bar, which is sort of like my personal bar, but I don't have, like, a liquor personal bar. That would be pretty awesome. On this side, lots and lots of books in this house. We should be able to actually make a lot of people happy by bringing some of this stuff back. Toothbrushes, a little bit of soothing them. We've got, okay, this is actually all looking really solid. A fantasy novel. This one is called Barry Dragonhead and the Magical Crutch. It's a luxury item. He has a magical crutch. You know that adventure isn't going to start out on a good foot. Like, for example, there was like this set of like Christian novels that I had to read when I was a little kid because my family was super religious. And it was called The Magic Bicycle or something like that. And you knew the story wasn't going to start out well because the kid, like, on the front of the book has just like this broke-ass looking bicycle and whatnot. And so it's just like, you know that he doesn't have a bike in the first place, and so he finds a broke-ass, that's like, that guy's got a busted-ass leg. He starts out with a crutch. How good could the story actually be? Like, it's going to be sad in the beginning. He's going to, like, I don't know, have some sort of, like, sewer drain accident, which is going to deprive him of his rightful pedicle. Then he's no longer going to be able to use it. And so then the storyline's going to step in, and, like, he's going to find a magical crutch on the side of the road, like, whimpering, and be like, can you take me home with you? And he'd be like, oh, sure, magical crutch, come home with me. Like, I don't see where that book could go right. There's Zed coming in from this way. I'm going to declare war on it with my space bar because it's just that simple. All I got to do, press the space bar, and war is declared. Not, you know, eclaired. War never gets eclaired. That's the disappointing thing about war. If war involved eclairs, I think people would be much more eager to go into it. I love eclairs. Eclairs are awesome. I've only had them like once in my entire life, but I see them at the deli all the time when I go to the supermarket. I'm like, yeah, I should get one of those, and then I never do because, I'm in a cut weight period right now. I'm trying to get ready for the summer. Like, basically, I sort of, like, my girlfriend's dad has a boat, and, like, they live on this thing, like, once summer comes around. And so I'm trying to get into boat shape right now. I'm trying to cut weight, you know, trying to get definition and stuff. I'm working out real hard, getting ready for boat season once the summer gets here. See, I didn't grow up with a boat. I've only been out on a boat. Before I started dating her, I think I've only been out on a boat, like, one time in my entire life. And so we didn't live near any major bodies of water. We had a canoe that we would use to go fishing, like down at the little river area, but that was about it. And so honestly, all of my experiences with boats involved a lot of paddling and a lot of fishing, whereas these experiences mostly involve just like drinking and sitting on a boat and going swimming and like having fun and playing music loudly. And I'm like, oh, well, we should do that more often. I enjoy this opportunity. And so there it is. I can't have eclairs because I'm trying to get into boat shape right now. Although that might be a little bit deceiving since boats are known for being quite rotund and rounded. So, there you go. Grab stuff out of this SUV. I'm willing to think that there's probably a few more looters left on the map. Because when I pause the game... Oh, there's a couple of bad guys in there too. Okay. Let's start out right here. I'm going to give it a click. Smack. Smack. Down she goes. You know how much I love Sugar Smacks? Like, seriously, Smacks, the greatest cereal, like, one of the greatest cereals. I would say, so Splattercat's list of awesome American cereals, I would say that Smacks are the way to go. Like, I really like Smacks. I really like Frosted Flakes for some reason, even though they're kind of like old man cereal. They're pretty good. I've actually, you know that you're old once you start enjoying Raisin Bran. That's how you know you're officially old. Like, I enjoy Raisin Bran now. I eat it and I'm just like, that's a mighty fine cereal. And then I find myself like looking for a newspaper even though nobody reads those anymore. It's a strange urge. But anyways, my favorite cereals, God, there's so many. I mean, I love Lucky. Oh, shit. I made a mistake. I wasn't expecting there to be like 600 zombies in here. I guess I should have known from the bloodstains and whatnot. Please don't get bit right now. Oh, you dumb bastard. You stupid bastard. Like, how do you get knocked down by one zombie in a room with, like, one entrance? Like, come on. I still firmly believe that turn-based combat is just a recipe for frustration with zombies because it makes no sense. You're like, your character's sitting right there, and you just feel like there's no way anybody could get chewed on. Like, you just couldn't possibly be that stupid. And yet, they are. Over and over and over again, they are. Like, zombies are like the lamest monster ever, if you really think about it. Like, the only reason they kill you is because you mess up. It has nothing to do with the zombie himself. It has to do with the fact that, like, you have hubris, or you have pride, or you have, like, greed, or whatever it is. Zombies expose your character flaws, and then they get you based on that. And, like, there's no reason, like, if your game is tight, that a zombie should ever have any chance of biting you, ever. There's another one in here, isn't there? I totally pressed the button first right there. Oh, never mind. It's not giving me a combat grid. That's weird. Okay, well, I guess another buggy set of stuff to deal with. In here on this side, we'll try and do the same thing. I'll go, give me Tweedle Time or give me death. Preferably Tweedle Time. So there's a shot right there. I'm hoping I can get 2 of these before this fight's over. This one looks like it has body armor, though. I might be able to get all 3 if he's feeling especially gangster. Ah, I couldn't get all 3. That would have been like the greatest combat we had ever been involved with the entire time that we've played the game. Like 3 mobs in 1 turn. Hell yeah. That would have been the stuff right there. The lack of a combat grid is throwing me off big time right now. I'm hoping that if I can Sitchamacate Troy over here somewhere, he'll still get an attack. So there it is, and so now we're all up and out of here. I think I had Paul as my selector for looting. We're almost done with this place anyway, so let's just finish it off, because I didn't want this to be like a multi-episode excursion. I still want to scavenge every now and again, but I'm going to let you whet your appetite for it first. Like, I'm going to wait until I can see actual anticipation in the audience before I loot any further. So there's a little bit right there. Some stuff right there, although nothing that I super want. Another fantasy novel. People in this neighborhood are fans of trash fantasy novels. Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? I would have thunk, and have already. I've thunked repeatedly inside this house, upside zombies' heads. Thunk, over again. If I miss some nodes, it's fine. Don't shout at me. I don't really mind that much. It's just, it's whatever at this point. Tweedle Time, what the hell are you doing right now? Get out of the building. God, my characters are so dumb. It upsets me sometimes. The AI really leaves a lot, that right there, too. The AI leaves a lot to be desired in this game. Like, even, like, basic functionality, like, don't walk through walls and stuff. They seem to do that pretty frequently and just be like, it'll be okay, don't worry about it. Oh, there's 2 Zeds right there. Okay, that's not good. Well, let's bring everybody up, then. There might even be 3. No, that's just 2. Just 2 zombies. Which is way better than just 3. I didn't feel like dealing with 3 right now. Oh, man, I just messed up, didn't I? Yep, I messed up. Okay, well, let people have what they want then. They can just stay where they lie for right now. This place was actually not as lucrative as I expected it to be. I was hoping that since it was announced in one of the storyline segments that we would end up with a bit more loot when we ran through this place, but unfortunately it didn't turn out that way. We got enough. I mean, we've got a ton of commodities, so that should all... I like how everybody simultaneously is, like, reinforcing, like, yeah, you had to do what you had to... Like, the moment that they go down, like, Oompa Loompas, they're all ready for it. There's, like, Oompa Loompa, smack-a-dee, dorps. It is so cool when you whack-a-dee corpse. I don't know. It's an easy song. That song right there is a very easy one to arrange. Just, like, make up words and shit. Which is to say, you just make up the words. Don't include a shit in that process. It's not the proper time. Just don't. Unless you have time to pause the video. Let's go over to the other side. We got some Sudoku. Some stuff in the fridge. I will probably leave you out, unfortunately, because I don't want you to, like, I already got left out. That's why I'm rotten. I need a little bit less leaving out in life. That's what I need less of, and unfortunately, you assholes keep leaving me out. Smack this guy because he's got a wounded shoulder, and I'm biased against people with wounded shoulders. You now know my prejudice. Let's go up over here, and we'll destroy this guy's, I guess, loot capacity. Oh, never mind. It's a little girl's room. There's no way. That's got to be a little girl's room. Maybe 2 little girls' rooms. Tampons and stuff right there. Desktop PC. Yep, no house is complete without one. If I didn't have my PC, I don't know how I'd get through the day. I might have to come up with some hobbies or something. Although technically, my PC was my hobby before I started LPing, and so now my hobby is like my job, which is kind of like this strange situation to be in. You start to like, I don't know. It's weird being an LPer for a living. Like your friends all like seem like they're stoked for you, but some of them seem like really jealous and like passive aggressive about it. Like people fall off. Just like, I don't know, jealousy does nasty things to people. And I should be like, well, I try to be really, really nice about it. I try not to talk about my job like ever, because it seems to like set people on a weird foot where they either think like I'm a slacker that doesn't do like a real job, or B, they get super jealous and they just don't want to be around me anymore. And so I really, really try to avoid the conversation as much as possible. Now I just say that I do game journalism and I just leave it at that. And I'd be like, oh, I write articles about games or something, because people seem to take that seriously. It's just what I do right here that they don't take seriously. And if they keep pressing me, then I'll come clean and I'll talk about what I actually do. What a waste of time. The gated community totally sucks. It was lame that we went over there, and I don't feel good about it. Let's grab some apples, because that'll make me feel better. Everybody loves an apple every now and again. An apple a day keeps the zombies away? I don't think an apple a day keeps the doctors away either. They still seem to circle quite well. The old highway, and it looks safe. A recent accident. Well, we can go look. We've got extra time. I mean, this is an event that I don't recall ever seeing. Oh, this is the guy who's like, stay away from my stuff. I remember this guy. I think we've already had this one before, though. I like how it doesn't play the dialogue the second time around. It just lets you walk up and loot his shit. Last time we came through here, this guy was like, don't take my stuff. But I guess he broke his neck or something when he was in the car crash, because he was like, I don't know if he's quadriplegic or paraplegic. It didn't really specify. It just said that it looked like he crawled that far, so I would assume that he's paraplegic. But it said that he had like a neck wound or something like that, and then he dies shortly thereafter, or you can execute him yourself if you're feeling particularly nasty. If you're feeling inclined to kill another human being, you can do it. I mean, we already have Davis here. I'm sure we've got like an extra wheelchair around somewhere we could throw that person into, but it didn't give us the option. The game didn't give us the option. I've had enough scavenging for today. We're going to go upstairs and sleep it off. Just sleep it off, sleep it off. Because the sleeper's gonna sleep, 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 sleep. And the looter's gonna loot, 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 loot. And that didn't rhyme. Alright. Ah, there you are. I was beginning to wonder. Good to see you're still around, and I've got another request. One of my men identified Captain Paul Rainier among the members of your group. Under Article 11 of the Federal Emergency and Provisions Act, all former military personnel are hereby called back into service no matter the terms of their discharge. I expect Rainier to be ready to move out in 24 hours. I'll tell him, but you have to understand he's one of my best people. I know this is a difficult request, but soldiers aren't easy to come by these days. I wish there was another way, but this is the only option I have left. You got a day to sort it out. Alright, everybody, we're moving. I don't know if I can even hold my head up today. For a long time, I've been thinking about what we'll all do when this all goes away. How good it'll be for everything to go back to the way it was, but I'm starting to think, what if it doesn't? Man, I don't even know if my girls are alive, and what if, well, what if I just can't do it. Not today. Well, I promise if you keep your mind occupied on work, you'll feel better. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to try. I'll, go get ready. Lieutenant Adair came back this morning. He asked for Paul to join his squad, citing an emergency article that drafts former officers back into service. Adair is expecting Paul to be ready to go in the morning. I've got my own thoughts about this, but I'd like to hear what you think before I make a decision. Obviously, losing a respected member of the shelter, especially one with combat experience, could weaken our effectiveness as a whole. On the other hand, if Paul were to work with Adair, perhaps we'd get more cooperation from the military. Paul's decision affects everybody here. Does anyone have a reason that Paul should stay or go? Paul's been a valuable member of our group, and he saved more than a few lives with the bullets when the bullets have started flying. I'm not sure we can really afford to lose a valuable member of the team. As much as I'm sure the military could benefit from having him, it doesn't really leave us in a good position, and I have to favor the choice that's good for this group. But it's up to you and Paul. This is a difficult decision for me. As a former soldier, despite how my career ended, there's a connection there that's hard to ignore. I can only imagine what they've been through, and I'm sure they could use me. The people here mean a great deal to me. I've fought with them, I've represented them, and I've spent so much time getting to know them that it's going to be so incredibly hard to leave them behind. But I feel like my place is back in the military, trying to make things better for everybody, not just the people here. It's hard to admit that, but it's the right thing to do. However, I swear to you that I will work with Adair to prioritize the safety of the people here above all else. If he wants me, then he's going to have to agree to that condition. I won't let anything happen to this place, and I will not forget any of you. I've said what I had to. If you truly think I'm making a mistake, tell me now. It sounds like Paul's mind is made up, and if that's what he wants, he should go. Unless you feel that's not a solution, I'll support whatever decision that you make. I'm all for supporting the military, but they're asking to take somebody that's incredibly important to our community. Now, I understand the sacrifice and honor, but what about the people here that will be a little less safe because he's not here to help out? If it were anybody else, maybe, but I think Paul's more used to us here. Lieutenant Adair's already got plenty of soldiers. Our group needs all the experienced survivors they can get. If you really feel differently, I could be persuaded to go along with it. What's your opinion on letting Paul go? I'm going to leave it up to Paul. I think Paul is a responsible... as a member of this society, he's been very, very useful to all of us, but I respect his decision. If Paul chooses to go, he should go. Hopefully this will help us down the line. Paul will leave our group and join up with Adair tomorrow. Is that your final decision? It's my final decision. I'm going to go with what Paul wants. I don't want to cage anybody here. Paul will leave the shelter and join Adair's group. If you think it'll help. Thank you for understanding. It's been my honor to serve the survivors here, and I really needed to be part of something bigger when you found me. But this is a higher calling, and if it's in the military's power, then I need to help restore any kind of order I can to this madness. I promise you all, I won't forget you, and I swear that I will repair your trust somehow. Please continue to look out for the people here as I would. We're doing the right thing. With Paul's help, perhaps we could have one less enemy out in the world. If you two really think this is for the best, the decision has been made. This concludes our meeting. So is Paul gone right now? Because I need to unloot him. And it seems like the sort of oversight that the developers of this game would make, that he would not loot him before he leaves. Like he would take all of our good shit with him. No, he's still here. That's good. So let's get him unlooted. Everything off of Paul since he's going to be out. And so there it is. Let's get everything selected and moved out over here. We'll also have... I don't know who I'm going to bring with me to replace him. There's not a whole lot of options right now. I figure I'll have to go through all the various characters that I have and just sort of figure out who's going to be the best person for the job, but I'm just not so sure. Just not so sure. We needed to get Troy. I think he had a little bit of loot on him too. That leaves us with Vic, who has a little bit of something, something. I'm going to get rid of the fishing rods because I don't ever feel like fishing is that efficient anyways. And yes, I did that on purpose. That was a pun. Let's go back and over, and since it's the beginning of the day and we still have Paul in our group, we might as well just go out and scavenge for a little bit, see what food we can find until Adair gets back. My gamble in all this is, A, I want to keep Paul happy because he's a respected member of the group. He's a big boy. He can make his own decisions. He can decide what he wants to do. I'm not going to be spiteful about it, but additionally, there's a long-term benefit right here that I think we can all glean in that with him talking into the ear of the military, maybe he gets us the hell out of here later on down the line. Just random little things. I don't like to be an opportunist like that, but if we can use this to our advantage, it's something that I'm not going to overlook or bypass. We've got some wild herbs right here. Let's go ahead and take care of it. And once we get our fingers sticky with the blood of our herbal foes. Only 10 herbs gained right there. That was actually a very, very small haul, which does not make me want to give a ball or does not make me fall for the situation. However, it's something, I guess. Better than nothing, maybe. I'm going to head back to the woods and see if we can grab some berries. That's what I'd be looking for out here, at least where I'm at. There's a lot of lemon trees and like random stuff out in the middle of nowhere. I know they're not native, but just like sitting out in the middle of nowhere. There's lots of blackberries and raspberries out here too, all over the place. I especially like the blackberries. Really, really good until you're trying to hike through them. Got them brambles all over the place where you're just like, ah, I'm a brambling man. It's just an extra B onto what my normal role is in life as a rambling man, just talking out of my ass all day, every day. Let's see here. My voice is like, I don't know what it is this week, but my voice has been given out on me. If any of you are like voice trainers out in the audience, I'd appreciate advice. I've had the problem over the course of the last week where by Friday I'm just done for because I record and I talk like 7 hours a day every single day. And if I've got a stream, it's about 5 hours a day if I don't have a stream. It's 7 hours a day if I do have a stream. And unfortunately, it's been getting to my voice lately. So if you got any advice for me on ways I can get that taken care of, or maybe like vocal warm-ups or something, I don't know. But it's been a long-term problem for me. That only brought morale up by 38. Oh, never mind. It's a new day. Looters did no damage to the fence. Okay. Zombies did no damage to the fence, too. I'm here for Rainier. Oh, and you made it rhyme, too. He should have been like, let's make this clear that I'm here for Rainier. If you give me Rainier, then you will be in the clear, and it won't cause me to leer at your veneer. He's ready to go. Paul Rainier, reporting for duty, sir. At ease, soldier. Listen, I know you don't want to leave these people behind, but I promise we will do everything to help them out in the future. I understand, sir. If you want to take a minute to say your goodbyes, I'll be in the Jeep. He looks at you. I'm glad I could count on you. We'll take good care of him. I guess this is where we go our separate ways. Look, I know I don't have to say it, but please, watch out for everybody here at the shelter. I'll do everything I can to get Lieutenant Adair to try and get you guys to safety. I swear it. And, well, they're waiting, so hopefully we'll meet again, huh? Paul stares at the shelter for a minute, then picks up his pack and heads for the Jeep. The Jeep fades into the distance. Paul has now left the shelter. Apologies in advance, but it seems like the plumbing is backed up. For the moment, none of the toilets are flushing properly. I'm betting there's a major clog or something, or a disrupted connection to the main. Whatever it is, it's definitely a problem for anybody that wants to use them. I know this is one of the most inconvenient things that can happen, so I made sure to put up something on the job board right away. Good luck with that. Right, good to know. Thanks for the warning. Yo, I don't want to be a greedy bitch or anything, but I've been out there risking my ass a lot, and I think I deserve a little bit of what I'm bringing back. Have you seen my ass? It's even skinnier because of all this exercise and not eating. Sure, she gave us a freebie. No, I'm just joking. Here's the thing. I'll give an extra to some. I'd be crucified by others. We have to share. Alright, I guess that makes sense. Not really what I was hoping for, but I didn't think about that angle. We'll see you later then. Every now and again, you just gotta wrangle a freebie. Don't ever if it's a freebie. I mean, sometimes it comes with strings attached, though, so be careful about that. You gotta read into it a little bit. You gotta read into the crazy factor, like, slightly. If there's like a strong musk of crazy around the situation, then I'd stay away. You'd be like, nope, there's no way this is going to be a freebie. There's no way this is going to be a freebie. I'm out. I'm out. Craig Sullivan, sir. Toilet repair. We need 3 mechanical skill. Well, Davis, let's get you back in and over here. You've been relaxing for a couple days now. I'm going to need you up on that toilet. 24 hours, huh, on the toilet. That's unfortunate. Everybody help out with the toilet repair that can. Let's get that down to a solid 6 hours, shall we? Good. Absolutely what I was looking for. We also need to elect a new person into the group. I don't know who we should bring. She's decent in melee, actually. We could bring Aggro Moss in. She's really good with mechanical, and she's decent with melee. We could have her lockpick doors. Sandy Doubleday, Jillian DeVry, Parisa Shirazi, we promised, plus she's got science skill. Jody don't want to go out neither. Craig Sullivan, he's got really, really good melee. I think we could bring him along. He's got 10 science, so it's unfortunate that we lose him like that, but he's got no mechanical skill to go along with it, so unfortunately... Well... Let's get her started on grenades, I guess, because I do like grenades. Grenades are pretty awesome. And then let's put Craig in the party, I suppose. I've never worked with Craig, so we'll see how he can do here. He's got 10 melee, though, which leads me to believe he's probably a badass. 10 melee is a pretty good amount of melee skill. Honestly, I'd really like somebody with a bit more shooting skill, though. Let me go see, because honestly, so many of our fights turn into... I keep saying honestly, weirdly enough. I would really, really like to have somebody that can shoot. What is his shooting skill? Out of curiosity. We could bring Bud back out in the field with us. And he's on custodial duty, so Bud's ready to roll. By comparison to... Where did I put him here? Damn it, where do you go? Craig. Craig's got 2 range skill. So maybe I'll leave Craig here and have him help out with the nades. And instead we'll just bring Bud back into the group. Because Bud, I think, has a better skill spread. Something that makes him a tad more useful. And then if we got anybody lollygagging around not doing shit, I'll have them on custodial duty. Aggro Moss, you hang out for a little bit. Sandy Doubleday, can't really do anything over there, so we'll have a couple more people relax. On this side, might as well have as many people on relaxation. I don't know why it undid all my jobs right here. But either way, I'm going to go back through and let me get everybody reassigned. I'm going to break the episode off right here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerdcast for the next episode of Dead State. I look forward to seeing you all in future episodes. Take care out there, everybody, and as always, hi-do!